You can clearly make out both eyes and its curved tail. And in this shot the baby fish even moved inside of its egg, which is amazing to see.
Hiedalle.
Today's mission. Let's talk about eggs, baby. The goldfish in the IBC tank showed mating behavior. This means there will be eggs soon. Find a way to protect the eggs from being eaten by the parent fish. Tip: check the floating filter balls. Okay, let's see. Last time Konrad placed 8 canisters on the planting shelf and installed a 90-degree elbow feed through at their drains. While doing so, the goldfish in the tank could be spotted chasing each other, which is part of their mating ritual. This is a good opportunity to populate the still empty secondary IBC tank, which we filled with rainwater recently. We need to carefully transfer the eggs from the right IBC fish tank to the left tank without damaging the eggs. This can be done by checking the filter media balls which are floating in the tank. These balls have an increased surface area for beneficial bacteria to grow on, and the eggs will probably stick to them. Let's go! Okay, so it's true, we have eggs. This is exciting because this answers the question what to populate this secondary IBC tank with. The currently unstocked IBC tank will be an excellent nursery. Everything there is already set up and the water is also integrated in the aquaponic cycle. The growing fish will eat the insect larvae like mosquitoes, which can be spotted in the unused tank. You can see the transparent eggs sticking to the filter ball. I just transferred them from the right tank into this one. But let's go back a bit and discuss the creation of this eggs first. So the goldfish can be spotted swimming quickly, chasing each other. Usually it's the male goldfish chasing a female, sometimes crashing into her to stimulate spawning. It can happen that several males swim behind one female at the same time. The chasing behavior is very exhausting for the fish and they need some food to regain their strength. You can differentiate the male goldfish by its larger size and the more boxy shape. If the male goldfish is ready to mate, it has white swollen spots on its gills and also on its fins, which are visible here in this shot. The female goldfish is a bit smaller, even though there are small male fish as well. But the female goldfish body proportions are rounder than they are for a male. During mating season, the belly is thick and swollen due to the egg production in the ovaries of the female. Mating usually occurs in the morning hours, but it can go on for the entire day if the temperature is right. Goldfish also mate frequently throughout spring. The mating chase not always ends in spawning, but when it does, the male fish swims very close to the female, releasing its sperm, since the eggs get fertilized externally in the water. The fish move their dorsal fin very quickly, which catapults the eggs far away from the fish. The eggs are very gluey, so they stick to any surface they hit. It can be aquatic plants, floating debris, the filter balls or the walls of the IBC tank. In commercial goldfish breeding, they use a kind of mop where the eggs stick to. The eggs need to be submerged in water, otherwise they will dry out. This happened to all the eggs on the IBC walls. Fertilized eggs are transparent, while unfertilized eggs are milky white and molt very quickly. The smaller the tank, the higher the necessity to remove the unfertilized eggs to prevent clear eggs from turning bad as well. In this setup, the tank is big enough that it's not as important as in smaller tanks. After a while you can see a full miniature fish inside the transparent eggs. You can clearly make out both eyes and its curved tail. And in this shot the baby fish even moved inside of its egg, which is amazing to see. Here you can see the gills of the mini fish moving. I put the filter balls in the secondary IBC tank to let the fish further develop in their eggs. This is necessary since the adult goldfish eat the eggs as well as the fry once hatched. In nature, the fry will hide in shallow areas of the pond, which the larger fish can't reach. In the IBC environment, these areas do not exist. After a few days, the fish hatch. They hardly move and stick to any surface they can find to conserve energy. If they swim in open water, they have to swim constantly, otherwise they will sink. This is because their swim bladder has not fully developed yet. The fish swim to the surface and swallow some air to fill their bladder, which increases their buoyancy and makes them float. This is very similar to a scuba diving jacket. Interestingly, even though I spotted the eggs at the same time, the development of the fish varies. While some fry already float, others are still trying to fill their swim bladder. The fish need several tiny gulps of air until they float. You can see the fish which struggled in the previous shot floating a bit better here. You can also make out the intestines and bladder of the fish since they are quite translucent. The eyes with their nerve endings are the most visible detail of the young fish. In the gene pool of the parent fish, there were some, I think only 2, which are Veiltail goldfish, or Schleierschwanz in German. This means the fish have, instead of the normal 2-tail fins, a tail split into 3 parts. These genes were handed over to some of the baby fish as well. I first noticed this because their movement pattern is different to the other fish with a normal tail. It seems the fish need to move their tail with more effort to propel themselves forward. Apart from that, the fish seem to thrive. The baby fish find plenty of food in the algae which grew in the fish tank, and also in the mosquito and other insect larvae which were growing in the tank. Fish are quite effective in getting rid of both the algae and larvae of other species. They eat the entire day and therefore grow very quickly. They are very cute and I could watch them for hours, which I probably did, especially when they form small schools and explore the tank as a group. There are far more fish than I expected. I counted several times and counted more than 80 fish each time, even though I have probably counted some of the fish several times because they move very quickly. For now, the amount of fish is not an issue, since they are small and an aquaponic system can have a higher stocking density as an aquarium tank. But in the parent tank there are about 55 fish, so the baby fish more than doubled the stocking of the entire system. I might have to give some fish away, so if you are interested and located in the area around Bielefeld, let us know. As the fish age, the development gap widens. This is due to the larger fish being faster and therefore eating more, which accelerates their growth compared to the smaller fish. If the food is plenty, this is not an issue since all fish get their share. The filter at the IBC strain made from an onion net, installed in episode 3 of this series, works well for larger fish and larger offspring fish. But some of the smaller fry got through the net and ended up in the filter tank. I knew this would happen since it also did in previous setups, so I checked the filter tank regularly. Some of the age gap of the young fish might also be due to the eggs getting transported into the filter tank and the fish developing in the filter tank. So far I had goldfish in all iterations of the system. This is currently the 3rd system I built, and in all of the system I had goldfish reproduce. I take this as a sign that the water quality is good and the fish likes their environment. By the way, all goldfish develop dark. This helps them hide from predators in nature. They change color when they age, but it's not clear at which age. So some fish change when they are very small, others may change as adults or not at all. This is why you can see some large dark fish in the fish tower. This fish tower was an experiment in the previous setup. I will create a new kind of fish tower which is more like a fish bridge connecting both tanks. This bridge will allow the fish to travel from one IBC tank into the other and also makes them more visible. It will also help the fish to mix so that the number of fish per tank can vary. The bridge is also good because currently the black soldier fly larvae only end up in the right parent fish tank, which the baby fish can't reach. The baby fish are still too small to consume the larvae, but they will be able to swallow them at some point when they grow larger. So it would be good if they can swim into the right tank to get more food. I have some exciting plans for the fish bridge, but more on that in a future episode. First we need to continue building the system, but we will of course monitor the development of the young fish. This concludes today's mission. Subscribe for the next episode and leave some feedback in the comments below. You could also check out this video. Or if it's your birthday, maybe this one.
Hiedalle.